Hi everyone. So today I'm going to read a chapter out of my book, Mindset Mastery. It's the main author was Laura DiFranco, and I'm one of the co-authors. And I wrote chapter 9, The Magic Power of Your Mind, How to Change Your Life One Thought at a Time. Okay, here we go. So let me put this. It's two parts: the story and then some exercises. Okay, so we go first with the story. Again? You're going again? The emphasis was on the word again. The tone felt accusatory, as if I was committing a crime. A few years earlier, or even a few months earlier, that would have created a rush of anxiety in my body, a dry mouth, and physical unease. But at this point, I just felt peace. I heard myself say, "Yes, I'm going again." "When are you leaving?" "October 6th or 7th, not really sure yet." Then there was a silence. That was it. There was nothing more to say. I had no intention of defending myself, nor was I going to change my mind. My next trip was planned. I love road trips. They connect me with who I really am. No more hiding and feeling guilty about it. The vibes I sent out were just peace and certainty. So the other party understood subconsciously that there was nothing to talk about. That was it. I was going again. It was the end of an era. Until today, my whole life was built around seeking freedom, a place where only happiness and bliss exist, a connection to something bigger, life the way it was supposed to be, life without pain and suffering, immortality. 3 marriages, 5 children, 5 grandchildren, different jobs, moving 38 times, yeah, really, not a joke, even to another continent, didn't do the work. I could use so many one-liners here, but none would pinpoint what I really mean. The bottom line is, there is no seeking. There's nothing to look for, and there is nothing out there. It was here all the time. The beginning of my new life. I picked up where I left off a few decades ago, but now armed with so much more experience, knowledge, and above all, faith. An awareness which was so peaceful that the struggles leading me to this moment were worth it. The pain and the darkness that created this path to knowing became insignificant. For as long as I can remember, I knew my thoughts created my reality, that words have power, and that there is only one person responsible for my life, and that is me, myself, and I. For that same reason, I had this twisted relationship with reality, because why on earth would I create the results I had if I didn't like them? There was a lot of good in my life, but also a lot of pain, drama, and trauma. Where did this come from? About 3 years ago, my life went downhill, fast. I didn't sleep because of the anxiety I felt. I was in constant physical pain, and it felt to me that despite the work I did on myself, things just worsened rapidly. I was doing something wrong, big time. Results never lie, and my results were not inspiring. Being a seeker my whole life, I did what I do best. I started seeking the reason for my discomfort. I needed to know what was going on. What happened to me? How did I get here? I started reading even more books, followed courses, went on retreats and road trips, meditated daily, stopped drinking alcohol, and stopped taking pain meds. I took care of my body by seeing an acupuncturist and chiropractor, made an inventory of my thoughts, released blockages, taught myself self-hypnosis, and the list goes on. My healing became a job and hard work. I smile when I write these things down. What a list, so much work. But I was still beating myself up at the end of the day. I was still thinking I could do more. I was still unhappy with the results, and I told myself I was close. I told myself, if you keep doing this, the results will come. And then one moment, not that long ago, I just saw it. When I think I can do more, that's exactly what I get. When I don't feel happy with the results, that's exactly what I get. When I think results will come, that's exactly what I get. They will come, implying that they are never here yet. I stopped. I started to do things without attachment. Almost instantly, the whole dynamic changed. It was amazing how fast the results came. Our thoughts really create our reality. It is so simple. It's a universal law. It's amazing to me that we never learn how to use our mind so we can create a healthy and abundant life. Our mind is the organ in our body that does just that, create our reality. At this point in my life, I understand there is no way to explain how it really works. There's nothing to learn, nothing to understand. It just is. Words are not enough to get to the bottom of what's really going on. In what follows here, I will do my best to explain what it means for our thoughts to create our reality. We are living on this planet, which is a 3D reality. We connect to the world with our senses. We see, feel, touch, hear, and smell. Our senses create emotions and feelings stored in the mind as memories. We all have those moments where we smell a certain smell, and immediately it reminds us of our grandparents' house or a childhood friend's house. This is how our mind is programmed. We store memories which are used to create our experiences in this lifetime. We can say then that our mind is an information bank, the same way that the software in your computer stores information, and results are generated when you know how to use the software. That generating of information arises effortlessly. You put in data, you want to run a list, one click on the button, and there it is, simple. Same for our mind. You see something, your mind goes into the stored memory bank, and there arises a thought effortlessly. The accumulation of those thoughts is creating your reality. That's it. It's not hard to understand then that most of our experiences are completely controlled by our memories. I'm scared of cats because of an experience I had as a baby. So now, every time I see a cat, that feeling of fear comes up and it unfolds in my life as terror. This happens automatically. If I want to eliminate my fears of cats, I'll have to rewire my program, erase my memories, and create a new set of connections to have a different experience in the future. Again, simple. But there is more. On top of this, we also know that we're not human beings that can have a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings having an earthly experience. There is this limitless awareness flowing to and through us. That limitless awareness is who we really are. This is what we mean when we say we are one. We're all connected. We are all part of that limitless awareness, a spirit with no beginning and no end. When you're really in touch with this concept, you know that these words don't do this awareness justice. This awareness is a deep knowing. For this awareness to have an earthly experience, it can take many forms. The awareness, can be expressed, for example, as a rock, a tree, an animal, or a human being. Let me point out what the word we use. We say human being. We don't call ourselves human doing, because that wouldn't be correct. We are human beings. We just are. Our true nature is just being. And here's the kicker. The limitless awareness communicates with us, the body-mind, through the organ of the mind. At first, it's a knowing, what we'll call a gut feeling, an urge. And then it translates to the body using thoughts. The bottom line is that there are two kinds of thoughts. Thoughts that come from the programs and thoughts that come from our true nature. We identify the I with our body because that's how we're programmed. As little kids, most of us unlearn to listen to our gut. How often did you do something you knew wasn't good for you, but you did it because you wanted to conform? How often do you do something because you reason this is the best thing for you, but the information is based on your programming and not on your gut feeling? In order for us to be really happy and fulfilled, it's key to know who you really are. You are a limitless being using a body so that you can have a 3D experience. The key is to use our body mind to our benefit, not to create fear, anxiety, and depression. Understanding that everything will unfold effortlessly is a secret to an abundance on all levels. What religions would call putting your trust in God. The only problem with this is that the commentators of the words of God, or what I would call the rules of the universe, didn't do such a good job explaining the real truth. That's why those words created more separation than unity. We only have to look at history to know that this is true. In this time and age, more and more people wake up. It's easier than ever before to recognize your true nature. It's like the 4-minute mile. Once one person did it, many others followed shortly thereafter because the belief changed. I'm hopeful that more and more people will wake up to their true nature, knowing they're limitless, effortless beings. When more people start to create their reality consciously, the whole dynamic of the planet will change. Instead of fighting against poverty, let's focus on abundance for all. Instead of fighting against global warming, let's focus on a perfect climate. Instead of fighting against discrimination of all sorts, let's focus on equality. Mother Teresa knew exactly what she was talking about when she said, "I was once asked why I don't participate in anti-war demonstrations, and I said that I will never do that. But as soon as you have a pro-peace rally, I'll be there." Whatever you focus on, you get more of. By changing your thoughts, you don't only change your reality, you change the reality of all. I'm beyond grateful that I woke up and recognized my true nature. I follow my gut. I allow my life to unfold effortlessly. I listen to the urge in me to travel, to talk about my awakening without fear. Yes, I'm going again. Yes, I'm living my life of bliss in every moment. And yes, I wish that you will find your bliss in every moment of the day. This means a lot to me because it really sums it up. This is my vision for the world. Hopefully one day we can all work together the way that it was meant to be. We're one. And when we do the effort, we do the effort for all of us. So if you want to know the exercises, they're in this book, Mindset Mastery, available on Amazon. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.